Hi guys, it's Car from Team Raven Trade, and I got third place at YCS Bologna yesterday, and I played lab. Yeah, let's go into the deck. First of all, the lab cards. This is pretty standard. I play Furniture Lab because I think it's really good into the meta, way better than the Trap Lab. But it's kind of a mixture of both of them. You will see. I played 3 Ariana, this is standard, 2 Lady. You could play 1, but I think a Lady going second in 2 race is really good. Also in the mirror match, it's important to play multiple Ladies, because this is the best card in the mirror. 1 Lovely and 3 Arias. Usually Arias is not that insane in the furniture builds, but in this version, this card is the nuts, going second. Because you can disrupt your opponent with blower traps, and I play a lot of them. 3 Chandelier, 3 Stovey, and opted to only play 1 Kuklak. You will see in a moment why. Usually a lot of builds tend to play 3 Kuklak, but I think it's sometimes too bricky, because on its own it doesn't do anything. And if you want to pair your furniture as interruptions on your opponent's turn, I think there's a better card to pair them with. A card which does not brick on its own like Kuklak, and does not invest that many cards into one play, which loses to Ashheart. And that card is Absolute King Backcheck. I played 3 of this card. This card is insane, I think. It's insane going second, because if you pitch it with your furnitures, you usually get a high impact trap of it, which is usually better than 1 pop with Lovely, I think, and it doesn't lose too hard to Ash. And you can also normal summon it and go in second and go into Typhon, for example, or Anima into Typhon, which can also clear up boards. And if you don't draw engine at all, you can normal summon this, go into link 1, trigger this, and look for an engine trap, which is kind of huge sometimes. For hand traps, I played 3 Ash and 3 Impem only. The other hand traps, I guess, are like the furnitures and Backcheck and Arias. And I think this was usually enough, especially going second into mid-range decks. Of course, against combo decks, you need more than this. For the trap cards, pretty standard 3 big welcome and 2 welcome. I think 3 welcome would be pretty cool in this, but there was no space at all in the deck. I'm already on 41 cards, and I really don't want to play more than 41. Now the other traps, I played 17 normal traps in total, so my Backjack and Arias hit more often than usual. 3 Daruma Cannon, this is the best generic normal trap, I think. This is generic into every matchup. Going second. Against Flu, it's kind of iffy, but into any other deck, it's fine, I think. Or insane, actually. Depends on the matchup, of course. 2 Ice Dragon's Prison. 2, because we also play 3 Trap Trick, because sometimes you want to get into your Ice Dragon's Prison in the mirror match, for example, or into Unchained. If you resolve turn 0 against Unchained and an IDP, which is not too unlikely because we are playing Backchecks and Arias, you can banish Zarama and Shiyama, and the game is pretty much over. Yeah. And the last normal trap is the 1 Punishment. I will show you later the extra deck and explain you why this is pretty cool. I would love to play 2 just because of Trap Trick, but yeah, there's no space in the deck. Yeah. This is for the traps. The spells, I only played 2 spells. The field spell. This is really important in the mirror, and especially against Race, because they cannot interact with this card at all. It's just Ash Blossom on your welcome traps, or if they play like Baron or the Firewall package. The last card in the deck is the Labrynth setup. This card looks weird, but there are pretty cool combos with this card. Also in the grind game, this comes up in the mirror match, for example. And I also think this is like really important against Unchained. Because usually if you go second against Unchained, they have Caesar on board, your Ariana can't search anything at all. Because all cards you search with Ariana, they just get negated. Except for this card. This card can set you 2 normal traps with different names, but they have to be non-Labrynth from your deck if you control a 3-type monster, and you have to shuffle back 2 of your Labrynth spell or traps from your graveyard or banish pile, which can come up if you went second, for example, and you open a furniture, discarded like the big welcome, and then you normal summon Ariana, and then you can make this alive pretty easily. Also in this deck, it's much easier to get alive with the trap tricks, because the trap trick banishes, for example, 1 big welcome, you activate the other one, you get your Ariana, and Ariana gets you into this, and you can immediately shuffle back 2 big welcomes into the deck and set like 2 normal traps. Shuffling back your normal traps sounds kind of counterproductive, because usually you want to keep your Labrynth traps in your graveyard because they are resources. But in the late game, this can come up to recycle your big welcomes. In the tier matchup, you can recycle your big welcomes and welcomes if they mill all of them to get actual interruptions. And if you want to get back into engine, you can just set the trap trick from your deck. Usually what I said is like 1 Dinh because it's the most generic one, and 1 trap trick because this one is every trap in your deck and can also get you into big welcome or welcome at the end. Yeah, and a cool combo if you open Arias plus trap trick is usually this is not that great if you go first, because you can use Arias, set this, get into welcome or big welcome, doesn't matter. Let's say you get your big welcome, you banish another big welcome, and you summon Ariana from your deck, you bounce the Ariana, then you can normal summon your Ariana, get into your welcome or furniture piece, and then you pass. This is not a lot. If you play the setup instead, you can actually reset both big welcomes and get to 2 actual traps, which is kind of huge. Yeah, that's why I played this card. This for the main deck. The extra deck, some cards we can actually summon. 2 Typhon. You don't need to, but I think this is the card which comes up the most, and I had like 1 flex spot, so the 15th card was the 2nd Typhon. 1 Chaos Angel is a standard, Muckraker, Dark, SP, Goddess, Klavanrushka for SP, Anima, which is pretty cool. And the rest of the extra deck is for Dogmatica Punishment, 1 Tribigate, this is standard, Entis, Garura, Malong, this is pretty cool against Unchained or tier elements, because usually you don't want to pop 2 cards, you better want to pop 1 card and then bounce another card, so they don't get the value of that trigger of the destroyed or targeted monster by Malong. The 2 last spots are the 2 Chimera Fusions. These are pretty cool, combined. This one can be sent off the Tribigate, and they make your punishment actual follow-up, because you can revive an Ariana, for example, or Lovely, or even special summon Lovely from the banish pile if the Lovely got banished by Abyss or BD Crow after siding. This is pretty cool. That's why I played 1 punishment, because it's really nice post-side if they try to get rid of the Lovely. And you can access your punishment, of course, with your lady pretty easily. Now the side deck, I played 3 Phantasma. I think Phantasma is nuts in this deck, because you can go second, you can draw into your furniture cards and arias and backjacks, so you have like a very high amount, high chance to get into your blowout traps on turn 0, which is pretty cool. This is really good against Unchained, all Dragon decks, Rescue Ace, for example, too. Yeah. To nip, I wish I had space for the third nip, but I wanted to play other cards. To Druid's Worms, 2 DD Crows, because I needed to side something against Pearly, because usually the Ice Rings Prison, they're pretty dead, so I kind of have to take these out for other cards. That's why I played the DD Crow. 2 Lord, because this FTK is Unchained, and we play kind of a trap-heavy version of Furniture Lab, so people are gonna side like Lightning Storm and Feather Duster, and this one protects them and gives you also follow-up. The last spots in the side deck are one-off traps, blower traps, which can win you the game on the spot, like Deep Barrier, Eradicator, Full Force Virus, and Different Dimension Ground. The good part about playing all of these is if you have your first turn Labrynth setup combo, you can set 2 normal trap cards, which can be, for example, 2 viruses. A funny story, round 10, I think, yes, I played against Flu. I went second, and I used both furnitures on my opponent's turn to set both welcomes, to get into Ariana, to get into this, and then I set both of them and eradicated a Full Force Virus Tim on his turn for full hand and board wipe. This was pretty crazy. Yes, this was the deck profile. I've got some final shoutouts. Shoutouts to all the people who came with me and traveled with me. Leon, both Timos, Peter, Julian. Shoutouts to my team, to Rate and Trade, to my local store, Bibil in Berlin. To all the people who tested with me and built the deck with me. Jack, Tom, Ty, Ben, Panzerknacker, and Colin. Also shoutouts to all the guys in Berlin. Osan, Rohat, Dennis, Colin, Leonard, Chung, and I hope I did not forget anyone.